of Naomi Watts playing Ann Darrow versus Fay Wray is that Fay Wray came across as a very innocent creature, or woman in this case, but just the idea of this creature that is very, well, in the case of Kong, like, looks different. She's blonde. She's something he's never seen before. But in the actual script writing, which we were very fortunate as animators, Fran Walsh, Philip Boynes, Andy Serkis, and a bunch of people came and gathered the entire animation department together and went over the whole script with us before, as we're just about to start production. And that was really flattering because, we could hear, that, because very seldom when you work in a production do you know what the story even is, how it ends. It's like, here's your shot, and you move on, that's it at the end of the day. They sat us down and, even gave suggestions as to, what should this, why should that? Like, we have no idea. Like, does anyone else have ideas? Like, they actually said that. They're like, if anyone can contribute. And the particular problem that I'm describing is that Fran Walsh was like, so there's this part where Kong is on the log, and then he hears the T-Rex is going after Ann, and Ann screams. And we have no idea in the script why Kong would go back to her. Why should he care? She stood up, and she was different, but he's moved on. Like, why draw? Why go back and put himself at further risk to save somebody? And that is, I think, what they ended up writing into Naomi's role, as Ann Darrow, that she was able to be a strong character and stand up to Kong and really put forth that energy that really made him stand back and say, hey, not only she looked physically different, but no one stood up to me before. I'm the king, as that's why they call him that, of this whole place. Like, I'm undefeated. Obviously no one's taken me down, and just age and time has taken my family. So, no one stood, and so he's taken back by that, and that's really, he looks at her as somebody who's kind of defeated him as well, and is intrigued by that, like, is interested in pokes and prods, because, that's the natural curiosity that kind of goes back to it. So it's interesting to see, even in the casting and the writing of the film, how things have reflected in Peter's version.
Yeah, that's great.